Hey people, how you doing? Okay guys, so today we're gonna start talking about Unit 3. And Unit 3 is gonna be about questions, words as subject, that questions and first conditional. Questions, words as subject. When the subject of the sentence is who, what, or which. Okay? Who, what, or which. It comes directly before the verb. And we don't have to use auxiliary. Okay? Here we have an example. James dropped the glass. James dropped the glass. Object question. Cuando ustedes tengan object questions, it's because you're using auxiliaries. Okay? Las preguntas objeto es cuando utilizamos el auxiliar. What did, my auxiliary, what did James drop? Okay? What did James drop? Subject questions. This. When you have subject questions, it's because you're not using auxiliary. Okay? Es cuando no usan el auxiliar y el verbo va seguido de la pregunta, es decir, de la WH question, que pueden ser who, what, or which. So, who dropped the glass? Who dropped the glass? Obviously, you have to give me the right way of the verb. Tienen que darme la forma correcta del verbo, es decir, la manera conjugada. Porque como no uso auxiliar, el auxiliar lo conjugo con el verbo. Who dropped the glass? Okay? As you can see, what did James drop? Here we have the answer, the glass. Who dropped the glass? Here I have the answer, James. Okay? This is the structure you have to follow when you're gonna get a question word as subject. We have to use the question word with the question word who, what, or which, plus the main verb and the complement. For example, what means hola? What means hola? As you can see, this is a simple present sentence. And as I don't have do or does, I have to use the S at the end of the main verb. Okay, tengo que conjugar el verbo con la S, ya que no tengo ni el does ni el do. In this case, I have which countries have English as an official language? Okay, question mark, sorry. Which countries have English as an official language? ¿Cuáles países tienen el inglés como un idioma oficial? In this case, I'm not following this structure because remember which, how much, what kind of, how many. Ese tipo de WH questions, seguidas de ellas debe ir un sustantivo. And here we have the last one. Who broke my glass? Who broke my glass? ¿Quién rompió mi vaso? Broke in the simple past way, okay? So here I have something that you need to know or you need to remember. Object questions. WH, subject, verb, and complement. Okay? Oh, sorry. Here I have to add WH, auxiliary, subject, verb, and complement. Because object questions are the one that you have to use your auxiliary. Okay? En conclusión, las preguntas objetos son las que utilizan el auxiliar. Es decir, como este ejemplo. Las preguntas sujetos son las que no usan auxiliar, pero solo pueden ser utilizadas con who, what y which. ¿Ok? Como los ejemplos que tenemos acá a continuación. So guys, now let's talk about that questions. What's a that question? It's a small question at the end of a statement. ¿Ok? Es una pequeña pregunta que se hace al final de una afirmación. So when you have a positive statement, you have to give me a negative question tag. Like for example, your wife German. Your wife German. Isn't she? Okay, as you can see, here I have a positive statement. Tu esposa es alemana. Tu esposa es alemana. Isn't she? The question tag in this case is in negative. Why? Because my statement is positive. Okay? Isn't she? Why I'm using isn't she? Because here I have verb to be is. Okay? Esto es algo muy importante. Cuando la afirmación sea positiva, la pregunta tag o the question tag va a ser negativa, ¿ok? Y deben estar pendientes porque la pregunta tag va a ir de la mano con el auxiliar, el tiempo en el que se esté utilizando la afirmación. En este caso estoy utilizando verbo to be, por ende utilizo verbo to be. Entonces, tu esposa es alemana, ¿verdad? O tu esposa es alemana, ¿lo es ella? Eso traduce la pregunta tag, ¿ok? The question tag. Now, when you have negative statement, you have to use a positive question tag, okay? Like, for example, Mary doesn't love you. Here I have negative, okay? Doesn't, does not. Mary doesn't love you. Does she? Does she? I'm using a positive question tag because I have negative statements, okay? In this case, I'm using does because I have doesn't, okay? I'm talking in a simple present way. Obvious, and be careful, guys, because always in question tags you have to work with the auxiliary, okay? Siempre las preguntas tag van a trabajar es con los auxiliares. Aquí no puede ir un verbo ni nada por el estilo. Siempre va a ser los auxiliares. ¿Cuáles son sus auxiliares? El verbo to be, el do y el does, el did, el have, el has, el would, el will, okay? Así sucesivamente. El can, el could, okay? So I'm gonna send you some activities and I'm gonna give you some examples, okay? Now, let's talk about first conditional. Remember, first conditional, or when you have a conditional, is because you're working with if, ¿ok? Cuando ustedes trabajan con condicionales porque tienen el if, que significa sí de condición. So, first conditional works with simple present and will or can, ¿ok? Simple present and future, but this future is gonna be with will or can. Pueden ser el presente simple de primero y luego el futuro, o el futuro y luego el presente simple, ¿ok? So, here I have, if you give up smoking, you will feel better. If you give up smoking, you will feel better. As you can see, this first clause is in simple present. If you give up smoking, and the second clause is going to be in future. You will feel better, ¿ok? La primera cláusula, los condicionales se dividen en dos cláusulas. La primera cláusula debe ir en un tiempo. En este caso tenemos el presente simple. La segunda cláusula, que es lo que sucede, tenemos el futuro con will, ¿ok? Si esto sucede, algo más va a suceder, ¿ok? If you give up smoking, you will feel better. Or I can say, you will be hungry if you don't have brunch. You will be hungry if you don't have brunch. Tú estarás hungry. You have to look for the meaning of this. Si tú no, and you have to look for a meaning of brunch, okay? If you don't have brunch, okay? Si tú no tienes brunch. As you can see, guys, in this case, I have a comma, but in this example, I don't have comma. You have to be careful about that, because when you have the if, or when you have the condition at the beginning of the sentence, you have to use comma. But if you don't have the conditional at the beginning, you have the conditional in the second clause, you don't have to use comma, ¿ok? Como les comento, son dos cláusulas que dividen el condicional, perdón. Entonces, si el condicional está al principio, en la primera cláusula, debemos separar de la otra cláusula con una coma. Pero si el condicional está en la segunda cláusula, es decir, acá en medio, no puede ir coma. Recordemos, presente simple, futuro con will y can. Si tú dejas de fumar, te sentirás mejor, ¿ok? Si tú dejas de fumar, te sentirás mejor. Okay, guys, so I'm going to send you some activities, I'm going to send you some examples, and if you have questions, let me know.